And here's something you should know about Metro Atlanta, Underground Atlanta. I went to Georgia State as a teenager, and as a teenager, I didn't have any money. I'm not sure if you can relate to that, but I didn't have any money. My parents were paying for me to go to school, but I had to pay most of my expenses, and so I couldn't afford to pay for parking when I parked at Georgia State. And Underground Atlanta had an entrance that's off of a parking garage that was behind the old World of Coke. And so you could drive down a little street. And one day I got lost, and I went up to the gate that was, on the front entrance of Underground Atlanta that went right underneath the streets above. And the gate was open, but it looked like it was locked. And so I'm thinking for 2 or 3 or 4 months, I parked my car inside that gate almost every single day and never got caught, and I saved a lot of money on parking. Now, I did, several months later, find a security guard looking at my car and me as I came back to get my car, and so my parking space was ruined. But I remember Underground Atlanta fondly. I don't remember necessarily when it first opened, but Underground Atlanta has long been a cultural heart of downtown Atlanta with historic roots dating back to the 1900s. It's an arts, entertainment, and retail district that spans multiple levels and 4 city blocks. When you walk near Five Points, you're not actually stepping on terra firma, solid ground. In the 1920s, Atlanta was on a building spree near the intersection of railroad tracks that had given the city its original name of Terminus. City leaders decided that the best way to ease gridlock as trains passed was to build viaducts over them. In 1929, what would be considered street level was essentially moved up 1 story. Stores set up shop on the 2nd floor. Original first floors became basements and a speakeasy here and there during Prohibition, and cobblestone streets became frozen in time, and gas-lit street lamps dimmed, and the area was largely sealed off until the late 1960s when city leaders turned the original streets and stores into nightlife and entertainment district with bars and restaurants. Underground's best year drew 3.5 million visitors, $17 million in sales. The city shut doors in 1980 and reopened them with retail and restaurants 9 years later. Now the development waits for another rebirth as a mixed-use complex. This is exciting. In 2020, Lalani Ventures purchased Underground with a vision to restore and revitalize this storied destination with a new team at the helm. Underground will once again reflect and enhance the vibrancy of the city we call home as Underground Atlanta is readying for redevelopment. The property owners have started to breathe life back into the property with interactive art, entertainment, and weekly activations that can be found on the property's website or social media channels. For a unique cultural experience, visit Lower Alabama. I love that. The True Underground, which is a portion of that property. That space has been reimagined as the property's art and culture epicenter. Popular music club Masquerade relocated Underground Atlanta in 2016, bringing its 3 indoor venues, Heaven, Hell, and Purgatory, with it. After a 2-year hiatus, the New Year's Eve Peach Drop returns to Underground Atlanta this year, so you might want to plan to be there. I have not been to Underground Atlanta in years and years and years, and I'm looking forward to getting back there myself.